Hey, everybody, and we want to welcome you to the 2024 Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Media Day. I'm Jim Powers, Assistant Commissioner of the Sooner, and this is a great day where we get to meet our coaches, we get to meet some of our outstanding student athletes, and we're going to head to Oklahoma City and Mid-America Christian, and we're going to chat with their head coach, Josh Gamblin, and also one of their outstanding players, Magok Manyang. And first off, Magok, let's talk a little bit about the preseason workouts and how everything has been going for you guys. Because I know the way that things ended for you last year was not the way that you wanted not only the conference championship to end up, but also the your appearance in the national tournament.
The preseason has been has been good to all of us, honestly. Has been good for individual players and as a team. So it kind of helps us all get ready for the season coming up and getting ready for what we have to bring home a title or, make it further in the tournaments. But it's been good. Yeah.
You're one of those guys that I know, coach, it leans on heavily, a veteran guy, leader in the locker room, leader on the court. Talk a little bit about how you are taking the reins in that leadership role this year and kind of getting the younger guys where they need to get to and how, you guys are trying to get things going to keep that the high level of what you're playing in over the last couple of years continuing this year.
That's a great question. And this year I've had guys that's been here longer than me, and so I've learned from them. So I only came in last year to a new team, new everything. So I've been learning from the guys that were coaches and leaders last year. So it kind of helps me and prepare me for this year. Even being a vocal leader, something I try to be off the court. On the court, I'm going to be vocal regardless. This is who I am. But off the court is just basically if someone doesn't know a play or if someone doesn't know when to talk or when to switch. Just try to be that vocal leader, help them get ready for so there's no many mistakes in game, but at practice and when we're just hanging out and he asks me a question or they ask me a question, I try to help as much as I can. Being a leader doesn't have to be vocal or be the first person to talk, just to lead by example. And I've learned that from my coaches and players last year. So yeah.
Talk a little bit about the style of play that you guys play, and I love watching you guys play because the style is just you guys get it and go, and you look to get that defense turned into offense. Is that the type of basketball that you like to play individually and also in a team situation?
Of course. Nobody like on this team is wants the ball in their hands. They want to share it. They want to move the ball around. They want to get it off the rim and kick ahead to whoever is open. We play non-selfish, and which is something I pride myself on doing. Having a year under Coach G's belt, I'm pretty comfortable in how we're gonna be. And this offense is something incredible. I've never been in something like that, and I'm very lucky to be in something like that. And it helps complement a lot of people's game. So, which is something I'm very blessed about, honestly.
Talk a little bit about the young man sitting next to you, Coach. And last year watching him, just do terrific things, and just having him out on the court with those veteran guys, it's got to be really fun to watch.
We talk a lot about basketball character. Basketball character. And Gok has a really high basketball character. He loves the game. He loves his teammates. What you saw last year is you saw him constantly get better. He was named all conference in the Suter Athletic Conference tournament. He was on the all tournament team. So he did a ton of good things for us on both sides of the ball. He can really protect the rim. He can really stretch the floor. He's a very good rebounder, unselfish player. So really proud of him, but his basketball character shines through. And like he said, he has tremendous help leadership wise from guys who have been in our program a long time. Quentin Woodson and Terrence Gaines are 4 and 5 year guys who both have a tremendous amount of basketball character, work hard, show up every day. It's a game seven mentality. And those guys have really done a nice job of kind of leading the way for some of our new guys who will have very, very big roles as well.
A little bit about. I was just going to talk about Quentin, and once again, the year that he had last year. It's just got to be really nice to have guys that you can lean on that are going to lead not only in the locker room but also on the court, making sure things are getting done to the expectations of you and your coaching staff.
Yeah, I mean, Quentin is a winner in every sense of the word. He won in high school. He's won here at MacU. He is unselfish. He's honestly one of the best individual defenders I've ever had. I mean, he's physical, he's tough, he can guard all five positions. On offense, he's an elite screener, an elite rebounder. In small minutes, he gets a lot of things done in time if you look at his stats over his career. So he's set up for a really, really good and productive year. Just like you said, not just on the court, but off the court. He's a 4.0 GPA, award-winning academic and student athlete. So he is the best of the best for sure.
And Magok, talk a little bit about playing with Quentin and you two. The way your games intermix together is just so great to watch. He loves to get down inside, he loves to bang down on the boards, but he can also set some great screens and knock down shots on the outside.
Quentin has been a guy that I've learned from the last basically since I've been here. He's been here long enough for me to I respect him. I go to him as much as I can because he's been here longer than me. On the basketball court, it's great to have him on the court because I ain't got to really worry about much when he's on the court. And if when I pass it to him, I know he's either gonna make a great play for our team or a good shot for himself, which is something that he does often on both sides, which I'm very fond and happy to have him as a teammate. And it's even better to have him as a teammate off the court. He's funny, he makes jokes. So those friendships are gonna last forever with Terrence and my teammates that from last year and this year. So I'm very blessed.
I just mentioned to, Magok, coach, about your style. What Mid-America men's basketball is all about. Get it and go. Defense turns into offense. And that's something that you're seeing a lot more teams try to do, but you guys do it extremely well.
Well, yeah, we want to be a very physical and a very tough defensive-minded team. And if you can turn people over, you can get out and go before the defense is set. If you're an elite rebounding team, you can kick it ahead, as Gok mentioned earlier. Obviously, everybody wants to play early offense. You want to try to score before the defense is set. But we also have to be disciplined enough to understand when, where, how offensively. And I think this group has a pretty high IQ. Mixing in the new guys with the returners, they have a high basketball IQ. But it is everybody. I think everybody enjoys a team that plays really, really hard. And when we talk about basketball character, that's something, a game 7 mentality is a group that fights and claws for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's more than anything, I hope, is what people see when they watch us play.
Your non-conference schedule, it is a good schedule. We'll get into the Sooners side of things here in a second, but your non-conference schedule, you get 4 games at home. You get some games on the road. Is that a good mix for you guys to get you ready for the Sooner?
Yeah, I mean, we feel like the Sooners the best league in the country, not just player-wise, but coaching-wise. I have a lot of long relationships with guys in this league who do a tremendous job. But we do have to go to Evangel, who beat us last year, who was also an Elite Eight team. So that'll be, and we have some really tough early games, and we get started here, 3 weeks away. We have a scrimmage with Cameron. So at the end of the day, I think you always hope that your non-conference schedule prepares you for what is going to be, really, really tough sledding in the Sooner Athletic Conference. And so every single game will present a unique challenge, whether that's, a pressing team, a team that'll zone, a team that'll play 5 out and play 5 guards. And so you try to build something that can help answer questions later in the season.
And then obviously, we've all talked about it. We know what our conference is all about on the men's basketball side. You hit it on the head. I preach it to everybody. The Sooner Athletic Conference probably is the best basketball conference in NAI in the United States. And this year is not going to be any exception whatsoever.
Right.
I mean, Josh, this may be the deepest that our conference has been in an awfully long time.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. And I think it starts with the leadership of those programs. You talk about the coaches that are in our league, Chris Wright, how good of a job he's done. Delton Deal, Clint at Wayland. You go down the line. We have some new coaches that I think will do a tremendous job. Quinn Wooldridge is one of my best friends. I think I'm going to end up naming every coach in our league at some point. But Tony Romero has done a fantastic job. But again, I think Landon and Brian will do great jobs taking over for guys that did unbelievable jobs before USAO and Texas Wesleyan. Jason Beshta, I give Jason a hard time. Him and I are, I think, now the two longest tenured coach, and we both have no hair. So that tells you how hard it is to coach and lead. Coach Belt has come in and done a tremendous job. Josh Howard has done a tremendous job, and I think everybody around the NAI landscape knows how good CFO has been, and Coach Shepard is a legend, and has more wins than a lot of us do days on this earth. So he's done a great job. I hope I haven't missed anybody there, but I think our league will be tremendously tough, and starts with how good the coaches are and how good the talent is.
Magok, you've got to love playing in a league like this. I mean, because you see so many different styles of basketball, but also a lot of the common threads are right there. Physical, fast, and teams that can shoot the ball like anybody else in the country.
Oh, that is very true. Excuse me, that is very true. This league is one of the best leagues. Already having one season under my belt, and every game, every practice, coach got us ready. The coaches got us ready for war, basically. As Coach G always says, game 7 every day. He preaches that. And it's tough to play in this league. You have to you gotta have a thick-minded like skull to play in this league, because you basically are playing hard for 40 minutes, 48 minutes, which is fantastic. It's something that you want to do as a competitor. And I'm glad I came here. And this, as you said, this got to be one of the most completest leagues and stacked leagues it's ever been. So, which I'm excited to play in, and hopefully have a great year with my coach and I.
And for both of you, and Coach, I'll start off with you. The atmosphere that you guys get a chance to play in front of.
Yeah,
I mean, I had a chance to watch I had a chance to watch games on the live stream and all that, and it made me want to be there because just the excitement and with how both you and the women's team did last year, there's got to be a lot of excitement building towards this year.
No, there is, and I want to go back. I forgot to mention my guy Mark Barakoff at
No.
OCU. Good of a job he's done, but I think I got everybody else. But he's also done a tremendous job first at Randall and now at OCU. But yeah, this one of the best things about the Sooner, in my mind, is how close some of the venues are to each other. So like, if you're an Oklahoma City person, you can go see 5, 6 of our schools pretty easily, home, away. And so it makes atmospheres really special. And some of the places that we play at, these matchups have been going on for a really long time. MACU's a little bit newer to the party, but it's really a unique opportunity to play in this league. And so now you're adding, a trip to Branson, C of O will be a really tough place to play at, 24 conference games. So great venues, great programs, great coaches, great players, great men, at the end of the day. So it'll be a lot of fun and a really, really big challenge.
And I know the fans got to gravitate. And just talking to Magok, it's been great. I mean, the fans got to gravitate towards you as one of the guys that is personable, that wants to represent and have a lot of fun in front of that great fan base that you all have.
Our fans have been great all year last year. They were big for us because we were down some games, and they brought energy to the stadium, which is something we play off of, something that we want. We want to play in atmosphere that are always big, like OCU, USAO, Langston. Those are a few that I've named. Those are great atmosphere.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
When I played in them last year, there was so much. I was in the layup line. I was getting distracted with the fans, how much noise, and then coach had to lock me back in. Like, hey, lock in, like, come on. So, but just being in that moment, realizing that wow, I'm in an atmosphere that I'm gonna play in and have, like, I have to show up. This is something you have to do in the league. So, which the atmosphere kind of helps, gets you ready, and then keeps you locked in. You can't just slack off 1 second and be down 2 points.
All right. So, Coach, we had a chance to talk about the veterans, but you've got some new young men that are coming into the program that are going to have to fill some big shoes, but also there are guys that fill and fit your program the way you like to run things.
Yeah, no, I think you're right on both accounts. They have to fill big shoes. A team that won 24 games last year in the second semester that played really, really good basketball. We lost, a really special senior group of talented kids, but we feel like we've signed a very talented class as far as, talented people, not just basketball players. And, you're going to keep hearing me say basketball character, but I'll go down the list. Josiah Fulcher is probably the most decorated transfer we've ever signed or close to it here. And MacU, very talented young man who loves the game. Jawan White was with us in the spring last year and was with us all summer, and I think has a chance to have a very good year. Shannon Strickland, we signed late. We're very lucky to get him. He's been dealing with a little bit of a back issue in camp, but we'll be ready. Marquis Wilkerson, a junior college transfer who is as talented as they come and a really great young man. Keyshawn Mason, essentially will be stepping in to possibly try to fill the shoes of Seth Hurd. And I think he's every bit good enough. He really has a chance, I think, to have a really special and solid year. Morris Williams comes from a AAU program that dates all the way back to my first year here at MacU, a stretch big who does a lot of good things. And then we're really excited about kind of the lone freshman, Xander Baker, who is a redshirt freshman who's had a really, really good camp as well. So excited about those guys. And then to, like you said, to mix them in with not just three veterans, but Michael Wooten, Jabez Williams. These guys have been with me for 4 or 5 years as well. Carson Lambakis going into his third year. We have a lot of guys in our program that have been around for a long time, and I'm really enjoying getting to kind of mesh the two groups together. And I think we have a chance to be good, but a chance doesn't really mean anything at the end of the day. If you have a ceiling, that's great. If you don't get to it, it doesn't matter. So we got to go back to work and keep getting better every day.
Well, guys, it's been so much fun getting to visit with you guys. Magok, it's I'm excited to see you continue to improve this year, and with you guys, it's going to be a lot of fun. I know I get a chance to watch the video stream, so I'm excited to see you guys, and good luck on this year, and it's going to be a lot of fun to follow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Joining us from down in Oklahoma City at Mid-American Christian, head coach Josh Gamblin, Magok Manyang joining us, and great season coming up for last year. We'll see what they can do this year. When we come back, we'll have more of our outstanding head coaches and our student athletes here in the Sooner Athletic Conference.